Talk
I'm
about
looking rough. I'm at work. I'm in the tattoo shop. I literally stopped working on my client so I can do my interview with you all. So please don't
Grind
judge
don't stop.
how
we
the queen is
appreciate it.
looking right now.
The,
We
the
know
grind,
you're beautiful. We know you're beautiful.
Look all right to me, girl.
the grind does not. The grind does not stop. We appreciate you tapping in with us. We appreciate you on the check-in. Definitely good to have you here. Definitely good for you to be in good health and good spirits, being that everything going on with COVID and you actually still working. So you actually touching people in the tattoo shop. Like, how are you managing that in COVID-19? Like, what kind of system you got going on?
So everybody has to get their temperature checked at the door. Everybody got to wear masks. Hand sanitizer as soon as you come in. I make this all natural concoction called Four Thieves oil. So we spray people down with that sometimes too. It's like a lot of the essential oils that are antibacterial and antimicrobial. And it's all natural, so you can literally spray it in your face and it's still safe. So I just, I don't let people wait. You don't got ain't no waiting around. If you in the chair, you in the chair. If you're not, you in your car, or you can come back when it's time for you to come back. But other than that, yeah. Look, I have 4 months of not paying this rent.
I know that's right.
Incoming profits. So it's been a rough one for a G.
Yeah, them bills got to get paid though. So let's talk about you, because you have been someone who has been in the spotlight, whether it be reality TV, whether it be doing radio in Charlotte. I know you were doing radio down there in Charlotte for a while, whether it be your ventures now into music. I want to dive in just a little bit. Let's talk about, like, how did someone from North Carolina, like a small town, Lincolnton, North Carolina, am I correct? Is that Lincoln? Lincolnton, North Carolina. Like, so I'm in Raleigh, so I already know, like, the little small towns. Yeah, the 919. We out here. So I know about the small towns in North Carolina, like Lincolnton. How does someone from that area move all the way to New York and end up on a reality show on VH1?
Well, I'll say this. Some of the greatest individuals as far as talent come from these small, no-name, throwing rock through them type towns. But the difficulty is they'll never really be discovered or exposed because they come from these small towns. So it's kind of like a catch-22. For me, I graduated from North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride.
Aggie Pride, okay.
So when I left A&T, I had just graduated undergrad. Graduated cum laude, had an undergraduate degree in marketing, moved to New York. Had a job at an architecture firm, didn't like it, hated it, decided I'm going to go back to North Carolina for a little bit and get my master's, because I don't got this extra piece of paper, I ain't getting the type of job I want. So I ended up going back to school. And at this time, that's when I fell in love with what I do now. So it was kind of like going after what I thought would be a purpose. Ended up kind of like navigating me to something else. But I still graduated cum laude. And I went back to New York. And when I went back to New York this time, I had a completely different game plan. I had a job that was, a regular job just in case, because New York is very expensive.
Absolutely.
And then I had tattoos as like my hustle. So that's what I love to do. So I just did that on the side and worked the regular job.
Right.
But once the tattooing, when I first got there, dudes weren't fucking with me. Oh, she a girl, she can't tattoo me. So I had to really, really put in my dues, like tattoo parties in Marcy projects, tattoo parties in Boricua projects. I'm in there till 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm the only girl, and I'm tattooing everybody until ain't nobody else to tattoo. So enough of those got me a name to where people now started to come to the shop and fucking with me. So now I'm in the world that I really want to be, and I'm actually getting clientele to the point where I could quit my job. So I just went all in for it and decided to commit myself fully to it. And I started out in Brooklyn, and then I left. Well, I kind of was working in Brooklyn and Harlem. I went to Harlem, and I was like, dang, I want to work at a shop up here, because I was living in Harlem, but I was still driving all the way to Brooklyn to the other tattoo shop. And anybody who know about New York know, girl, you driving about 2 hours just to work.
Got a car in the city.
You feel me? So I just decided that I'm gonna take the job in Harlem, and I'm gonna let the other shop in Brooklyn go. And I started working at this tattoo shop, and Corey Guns came through, and he got a tattoo on Son of a Gun, the TV show he had on MTV.
Oh wow, yeah.
So he came and got the tattoo. When he left, some of the people that was working with creating that show came back to the shop, and they like, oh my God, we just love this. Like we want to shoot a pilot with you guys and see what we can do. And I'm like, I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to do tattoos. So they shot 3 pilots. I was not a part of any of those pilots.
Why didn't you want to be a part of it?
Because I really just wanted to do tattoos.
Okay.
Like for real. That's why I'm not a part of it now, but I'm still doing tattoos.
Right.
Like, they talked me into it. The way that they sold it, they was like, well, look, all you got to do is just participate in the pilot. If we get the show, like, you can decide if you want to do it or not want to do it. Me not knowing that me participating in the pilot is me agreeing to do it.
Do the show, right?
Yeah, dumb shit.
What did y'all do in the pilot?
So the pilot was the first episode of the first season.
Oh, okay. That was the pilot of the
first season. That was the pilot.
Okay.
And the first 3 that they shot, nobody picked it up because there was no females on the show. So once I got on there, and then Puma brought in Sassy, we were the female dynamic that made the show get pushed through. So that's how the opportunity on the show happened. But I have been working at Black Ink for almost a year and a half before we even had cameras there. So the story that was presented to the world through the show is completely false from what the real reality is.
Oh,
y'all watching, and that's why I tell people, like, we gotta be more aware of the things that we watch, that we allowed to feed us. Because if you pay attention to how they make this stuff, you will know that it's not really real.
Right.
But they made it seem like that's when y'all first started doing tattoos.
Of course, they got to. That's what's going to see. And that was another part of it. You got people that don't look like none of us. They have no melanin in their skin whatsoever, deciding what they think is relevant and important for telling our stories. So they thought it would be a good idea. Let's fabricate this story and da-da-da-da. But for me, it was kind of like, why don't y'all just stick to what the fuck
what's really real?
The truth. Like, that's what Black people gonna buy into anyway. Because they know ain't no niggas just coming together on some humbug and doing some shit, and then every other day they having a fight. No, these niggas is having fights because they've been around each other for fucking damn near 4 or 5 years. And they know each other like the back of their hand, and they really don't like each other, but they gotta work together. You know, like every other place of business.
Right.
So would you say making that transition into being in the spotlight, because it sounds like you're a country girl, like you're from the country. So
I am a country girl.
Parts of the spotlight.
Making that transition into the spotlight, was it hard for you for that time period, that period of time that you were on the show?
Well, I'll be honest, I never made that transition. I never made that transition. When you see me on the show, when you see me right now, you don't see me Chanel'd out, red bottom down. Like, I'm a working woman. I like being able to build wealth and to create things and use my mind, my mental capacity. Like, I'm a different type of woman than some of the people that love and thrive off of that type of stuff. So for me, I never changed. Like, I literally was the same girl that went in, and I'm the same girl that came out. I did lose myself a little bit because that's natural, you know, especially when you're experiencing shit that you never experienced in your life. But I mean, for me, that's a growing pain. When I went to college, I had a little bit of that issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, every phase of your life is going to put you through different things.
Right. Yeah.
Now, one of the recurring themes that I think that I've seen from folks who are on Black Ink, really more so than almost any other reality TV show. And, you know, I'll say this, I didn't watch a lot of the show after maybe the first season, but I'm always catching up with the headlines and keeping up with the things that are going on in the news. And I've seen that there have been a lot of people who have been on the show who have struggled with mental health, but also who have been upfront about what they've gone through in regards to their mental health. So talk about, because I know there are a lot of, and you know, as Black folks, we don't like to talk about mental health, but I like to dig a little bit.
I'm so glad I'm out of my contract, because I'm about to dig out some shit.
So talk about the effect. I want to talk about 2 things: the effect that show had on your mental health, but also how you found peace and found a place of being healthy mentally after the show.
Afterward, right.
So I will say this. Reality TV is meant to diminish mental health, not only for the people on the show, but for the people that watch the show. Because you really have to have a level.
That's heavy. Unpack that for me. That's heavy.
It's real though. You really have to have a certain level of disdain, not only for yourself, but for Black people in general, to want to watch something that you keep seeing Black people and they ain't never climbing to a place of success.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking episode is fight or fuck.
Right.
How is that for somebody that is really passionate about their gift?
Mm-hmm.
They don't even match up. If we look at the history of Black artistry, like if we go all the way back to the Harlem Renaissance, because I'm really big with history.
Mm-hmm.
If we go all the way back to those times, you will never find a time when these artists did not fucking care about the art that they were fucking putting out here. That was their primary concern. So why would that not translate the same if you're going to make a show about Black artists? Same thing with Love and Hip Hop. Like, come on. An artist who really cares about their gift and their talent, they're not about to sit here and allow you to just make them look like a complete fucking idiot.
So it stopped being about the tattoos, and they
I feel like after season 1, it wasn't about the tattoos no more. It really wasn't.
It was definitely more about the drama.
Season 1 and the tattoos is what reeled people in, because we're in an age of individualization where people feel like, dang, I want to wear this type of shirt that I want to wear. This is why so many independent brands exist now. I want to get the type of tattoo. Like, I want to have the opportunity to express myself how I choose to. So being a part of that age, of course, tattoos are going to be very, very, very intriguing for a demographic of people that feel like we have to do so fucking much to prove our identity. So it was naturally going to be something that people gravitated to, especially our culture, because I mean, I know tattoos originated in cultural history in America through the bikers and all of these people. But if we really go down to the nitty gritty in the history of tattoos, tattooing came from Africa. Scarification, tattooing, that was what we used to develop our caste system. And so you could see who's who in the community, who's who in the tribe. You know what I'm saying? So we originated this. Why wouldn't we take pride in it the way that we take pride in everything else that we originated? So how did I start seeing they was playing with that? That's when I was like, yeah, I don't know, this shit ain't for me.
So you realize that everything that glitters ain't gold, right? So I'm a big proponent of Black people going to therapy and Black people opening up about the importance of therapy. What was your healing process like as a country girl coming from Lillington, North Carolina, moving to the big city, being on a reality TV show with millions and millions of viewers? Like that's a lot, right? Especially, and I don't know if you're introverted or extroverted, but for someone who is not used to that type of exposure and coming in contact with all of those millions and millions of people, like that could drive you crazy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what drove me crazy more than that. What drove me crazy more than that was the group of white producers that was literally instigating ignorance and negativity, trying to make you feel like you really are fucking crazy.
What do you mean?
Okay,
what do you mean?
I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple examples. The day that I put C's shoes out on the corner, on the street, do y'all know that they called the fucking crazy house to come and get me and told the lady to put me in a fucking straitjacket for cameras?
Are you serious?
The producers did.
But let me tell you how good God is. The lady that they sent in there to tell me that shit, I had just done a tattoo for her like a month ago. An EMT worker. She told me what they was trying to do to me. She said, Dutchess, you got a back door? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I want you to go out this back door and get the fuck away from here as far as you can. Because I'd be damned if they're going to make you look like this. And she literally stayed in my house until I could get far fucking away. And then she went back outside the front door and said she's not.
Oh, she froze up on us.
No, she
didn't.
Yeah, she did. No, she not. No, she right there.
So what was it though? What was the thing that they were trying to get you to like?
I mean, you got to think about it. Me and C's was in a relationship. We're consistently having fights and arguments.
Were they real?
Let's really make her the angry. Let's really make her the angry black woman.
Were they real fights and arguments that you guys were having?
Absolutely.
Oh, they were real?
Absolutely. This wasn't no fake relationship for me. Now I can't tell you what was real or fake for everybody else because everybody else was willing to turn trick for $1. I wasn't willing to do that shit. Right. That's why I walked away with my head up. I walked away, fulfilled my contract, and denied money that they were offering me.
What?
Yes. Over 6 figures. Y'all can keep that. I'm good. Y'all can keep that. I'm good. They even offered to open up my tattoo shop for me. So
are you serious?
Control it. Yes. I had saved every VH1 check. I had never spent not $1 of them when I came to North Carolina. That's how I was able to do everything that I've been able to do. Because I didn't use the money. I worked. I still worked and was still on TV.
But you stacked that and just was living off your tattoo money.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I remember in season 5, I had waited. No, season 4. I had saved up all of my checks for the whole season, right? At the end of the season, I went and cashed the checks. When I got to the bank said the checks had bounced.
What?
I had to go to Big Fish office, and they're like, "Why wouldn't you cash these checks when we gave them to you?" I said, "I got fucking 3 months before I have to cash a check. I don't have to cash it when you fucking tell me to. I didn't need the money." So I'm depositing.
Why the money ain't there is the question.
For me, why is the money not there is the issue.
Where's my bread?
Wait another week. They sent me all my money in one check.
So they need an accountant over there, obviously.
But if you ain't paying attention to what's going on in the news, the same production company that created Black Ink has just been. They have been released from all of their Viacom relationships, A&E, VH1, everything, because the owner of the production company advised one of the producers to throw away footage of a cop killing an unarmed black man on the police show that they had on A&E, Live PD.
Yeah. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, maybe about 2 weeks. We talked with Cena from Love and Hip Hop, and we were trying to get to the bottom of what exactly was going on with that production company, Big Fish, like you said, and we wanted to get
I'll tell you what's going on with them. They are
we listening.
There are a group of racist white individuals that created a relationship with Viacom to further the propaganda of what I feel racism is in this country. That's why the storylines reflected the way that they did. When shit got caught with that cocaine in his pocket and they tried to revoke his probation, a producer gave him that cocaine, knowing that he was addicted to it. So when you talk about mental health, you got to talk about why do all reality TV show producers have a degree in psychology?
I didn't know they did.
We didn't know that.
That's a criteria. That's a criteria.
Is it?
Yes, it is. This is why I tell people, before we go feeding ourselves shit, we really need to inspect that shit. Because we letting our little girls watch this shit. We letting our little young kings watch this shit. And they going to school thinking that this shit is cool.
Right.
When this shit is not fucking cool.
Right. Damn.
But if we not inspecting it, how can we expect our kids to know better or right from wrong from?
Right.
We ain't even inspecting the shit to see if it's okay for them to fuck with. I be having young kids come up to me 7, 8 years old. "Oh my God, I love you, Dutchess." And I'm like, "How do you even know who I am?"
Like you shouldn't.
You shouldn't know me.
You should not know who I am. If I had a child that was under 14 years old, there's no way in hell I would let them watch reality TV.
Yeah. So what has life been like for you after the show? Because you left the show in what, 2018?
Yep. When I left the show, I went through therapy. It was necessary. I tried to kill myself 7 times.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that.
I went through so much bullshit. I lost my grandma while I was on the show. I felt so fucked up because I literally hadn't gone home in damn near a year. These motherfuckers was telling me I couldn't go to my own grandma's funeral because I had to film, y'all.
Wow.
When they did that, that's when I was like, y'all ain't of God. I can't do this shit. The devil is really in this, and I can't do it.
They didn't offer to go to the funeral with you?
They didn't even let C's go with me to the funeral.
Damn.
That nigga was like, they telling me if I go, I'm gonna have to forfeit a check. I'm like, y'all can keep that fucking check. I'm going to see my family.
Wow.
Yes. So
real doubles.
I'll just keep it 100 with you. Reality TV, it's everybody in this world got some fucked up things with them. Every single last one of us. But for you to have a group of people nitpick on that shit and try to ostracize all of your negativity, that is some fucking fucked up mental health fucking shit. Yeah. Imagine if somebody got to know you and they literally only focus on your flaws. They never tell you nothing good you do. They never celebrate nothing good you do. How people didn't even know that I went to a HBCU and that I graduated cum laude.
Yeah.
How can you not know that? That's the greatest thing about
amazing.
Me.
That's
and amazing. The producers knew that. That's the crazy. They knew. And they never let you, like, you probably said it, but they never let it air.
They never aired it.
Yeah. That's
like that's amazing.
They filmed me going to get Black Girls Rock Awards. They filmed me going to do women's empowerment events. They never used not one of the footage.
So when people talk about systemic racism, and it's so crazy that you mentioned that, like, this is what systemic racism can look like, right?
Damn right.
Like, this is what it feels like.
This is what it feels like to be on the back end of somebody oppressing you and having like their thumb on your back to say, this is how I want you to move. This is how I'm going to control you. Not only that, but this is how I'm going to control the narrative.
Imagine this. They showed all of the men on Black Ink Had Kids. You didn't think not one of those niggas was good fathers.
Right.
The women on the show that did have kids,
they showed the one that wasn't a good mom.
You ain't think nothing good of them as mothers. What kind of message does that send to our young Black kids?
Wow.
We ain't think about that shit though.
Right.
Or what does it send the message to the white viewers that already got a feeling about Black people anyway?
This is how these act.
Yeah.
That's why they're white, because this is how they view us. So they want you guys to act the way they view us.
Exactly. This is why I created my own production company called Ambitious Daydreams. I feel like being a person that comes from that world, I want to tell stories the right way, especially for people that look like us.
Right.
And me and my business partner, when I tell you like how we write, I just can't wait till more of our stuff come to the screen and come to fruition, because it's going to really allow people to see them as great as we really are. You know what I'm saying? Our first movie was in the ABFF this year. It's a romantic comedy called False Advertisement. And it's a really, really dope love story. And it's all about us. It's all about this right here.
And you know, I'm a proponent of Black people supporting and backing Black people, and also Black folks getting out here and getting it from the mud and getting it on their own, and also just a proponent of Black love. Just as you can see on my T-shirt, it's just so ironic that you're on the show and we're having this conversation. I got you. I'll send it to you. What size you need? Just let me know.
Let me get it.
Let me know what size you need. I got these joints. Hit me on the gram, y'all. If y'all want a Black Love T-shirt, hit me on the gram.
Everybody on here, especially that's melanated, going to get you that Black Love shirt now.
Facts though. Let them know.
That's what, you know what it is? When people don't see it, it's like they don't know that it exists.
Right.
When they see it, it make them want it more. So that's why we got to do more of the shit that we need to see from each other. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let's move on into life after the TV show and like after reality TV. Like I said, I know you did radio for a little. Are you still doing radio?
I am in the middle of switching my radio show platform to a podcast type of show.
Dope.
I ain't gonna lie, radio has been one of the greatest gifts for me, because it's been a way for me to still keep in touch with my fans, but not have to fully be in that reality world and all my business be on Front Street.
Yeah.
So it's just a beautiful thing. Like, I love being in the city that I grew up and raised in, and still be able to connect with people, go to the schools, go talk to the kids. Like, radio really gave me that opportunity to really take my shit somewhere different, being back in Charlotte.
Yeah. And I know you were working, you and I were working for the same company at one point. So I know you were down at the block. I was up here at
Radio
K97.5. Yeah. So we were both at Radio 1. So definitely it was good to see you moving around in that lane. I know Mary Kay was your PD when you was there, and I think Sunshine.
Mary Kay, Is she not the bomb though?
Mary Kay is dope. Mary Kay is super, super dope. She's super dope.
Did me and Green log off and let you guys finish?
Yeah, go ahead, Dutchess. Let's talk. We gonna kick them out, Dutchess, because they don't.
Right.
These, you know.
We don't know
wait,
Mary
you
Kay.
got
We don't know Mary Kay and all that. Like we just like, who is Mary Kay? Like,
Yeah, this is just a personal conversation between two friends. Y'all just
you need to call her after the show then, because
Chris don't want to hear nothing about none of that.
nah.
Why ain't gonna say that? I don't care.
I'm always looking for someone to replace these two. So if you ever want to like work something out, and you want to come up here and just be me and you. It could be Dutchess and Showtime.
I just got.
Oh, you can just drop us.
I ain't trying to create no new ones.
No. It's fine. They don't matter. It's fine. Yeah, they're okay. No. They won't care. They'll go back to their regular life.
yo.
Yeah, they'll be fine. We meet on Wednesdays at around 6:30 to show prep before the show, and then come on Thursdays at 8:00. And then it's pretty easy. You've done radio before. You're not an amateur.
Don't slash my tires.
Right? I'm on my way.
That's just, you're not an amateur like these two. You actually know what you're doing. So you did radio. Now let's talk about the music. So you're also making music now. Let's talk about these records that you got popping.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
So I come from a music background. I grew up in the church. My grandmother's an evangelist. My grandfather, who just passed, rest in peace, was a preacher. And my other side of the family, on my mother's side of the family, my grandfather was a part of a gospel quartet. So I had music all around me. My mama, she got a big family. It's like 19 of them, and they literally either can sing, play an instrument, play multiple instruments. Everybody in the whole family is musically inclined. It's like really crazy. I have an aunt that can play the bass guitar.
Let me ask you one question. I'm sorry. How far is where you're from, Lincolnton, from High Point, where Fantasia and them are from? I just want this for context.
45 minutes. Me and Rico just did a song together.
Okay, so I want that for context, because that particular area that you're talking about is also where Fantasia's from. Right. That's where Casey and JoJo are from. Anthony Hamilton is from. So I just wanted to lay that foundation.
The Hamilton.
Right. I wanted to, so there's something in the water about that particular part of North Carolina where it's super soulful and super musical. And I just wanted to, I needed that for my own encyclopedia.
So I'm going to tell you what it is about these areas, right? These areas don't have no mega churches. You feel what I'm saying? So the church culture is still deeply embedded and deeply rooted in that Southern church mentality.
Right.
So if your grandma went to that church, you probably went to that church. You know what I'm saying? And having that level of that small home church feel, that's where that music comes in. Because them mega churches, they got the whole orchestra and all of that. Like, no, these black churches around here, they got
lady playing the tambourine.
They making the beat,
organ, one out of drum set.
They feeling it all in their body, like from the head to the toe. So that's what I grew up around.
Yeah. So coming from that musical background, was it hard for you to, or I'm not gonna say was it hard for you? Did you feel like you had to suppress that during your years on the show?
Absolutely. I did suppress it. I did mute. So I created music the whole time while I was on the show too.
Oh, really?
I never released none of the stuff. But
you could have went on Love and Hip Hop.
This is what I love about being an artist. Like, for me, being an artist is not just being a tattoo artist. I'm a real live artist. I love creating things off of my creativity, whether it's art, whether it's tattoos, a painting, a drawing, writing. I love to crochet. I love to needlepoint. Like, I'm a real live country girl. So I like stuff that you can create with your mind and your hands. So for me, music is no different than any other genre of art that I create. It's just something that now I'm doing it more serious. I got to get other people to take me more serious in that lane, because people are so used to seeing me as a tattoo artist. They don't want to see you as anything else. And what people got to realize, think of y'all mamas. Y'all mamas had a real job. That lady came home, was a motherfucking chef. probably did odd jobs for people in the community, whether it be doing hair, sewing stuff, cleaning up. Like our demographic of people is just that creative that we can do so many other things. Don't put nobody in a box. Allow everybody to fully live in all of their gifts, because we are truly that gifted.
Right. So as an artist, as a hip hop artist, what can people expect when they push play on your music?
Queen shit.
Okay.
That's what Dutchology means. Queen shit.
Unpack that. What exactly is queen shit?
Queen shit. Being the queen that I am, one thing that I love about myself, I am thoroughly respected everywhere I go. I don't care if it's the hood. I don't care if it's going to speak at colleges, HBCUs. I don't care what it is. I am very, very respected, and I appreciate that, because that's something that I always wanted to be respected more than I was loved. So being a queen, you can't worry about being loved all the time, because everybody don't love the queen. Let's look back at all of the queens in history. They were some of the most hated people. Why? Because they really wanted their kingdom to be at a level of esteem that nobody else could fucking compete with. They were the ones behind the king, pushing him for real greatness and shit. So the study of queen shit is all of the things that I've interacted with, the people I've interacted with that have helped develop the queen that I am. I picked up from women. I've picked up from men. I've picked up from elders. I've even grabbed a few queen things from kids. And that's just what makes me the queen that I am, because there's nowhere that I can't learn nothing from.
Right.
And not only that, I'm going to always have my head held high. I'm very confident and aware of who I am as a woman. And all women are queens. We just got to realize how to adjust our crowns sometimes. And sometimes we got to go dust the crown off in the back, because somebody done threw your crown in the back of the closet and you didn't even know you had one. So we got to go back and get that thing and dust it off and make sure that you realize the royalty that you really are.
And, it's really dope to have this conversation, because I've said this publicly and I'll say it again. Like, Rhapsody is my favorite artist in the world, right?
Carolina shit.
Like, Rhapsody is my favorite artist in the world, like, without a shadow of a doubt. And it's just really dope to really have this conversation with you about duality, right? Because I think it's important for people to understand that you can be a queen and you can talk that queen shit, but you don't necessarily have to look like people expect you to look. You don't have to talk like people expect you to talk. You don't have to conform to what society thinks that you have to be, because you are a queen in your own right. And every day you walk out of your house, you walk out, that crown is adjusted, that shit's sitting up high, and you going about your business and doing what queen's supposed to do. And I always think it's really dope for people to recognize that in music, but also people being authentically who they are, right? You are authentically who you are, without any questions, without any any sort of worry about people not liking you. You're just gonna be you, and I think that's super dope.
So I'll give you this comparison. So you know how, like, maybe 10 to 20 years ago, how music was for women? You had your Foxy Brown and Little Kim's over here.
Right.
Then if you come down the spectrum a little bit more, you got like your Eve. Your Eve. Well, you got Trina coming before Eve, but then you got your Eve.
Right.
Then you come down a little further, you got your Erykah Badu. Then you come down a little further, you got your Lauryn Hill. I want to be over here. I don't want to be over here with some of the queens that I love listening to their music, but I just can't do that. I'm at a different place in my life. I'm not 18 no more. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm successful. I got businesses. I got nieces. I got nephews. I got other things that I gotta divulge my energy into, that I can't just be over here feeling like I can twerk and pussy popping on the handstand. I don't even do that. So how can I rap about it?
That's rich girl's job.
About it if that's not who I am. And the girls that aspire to be over here, they feel like they gotta change shit to fit in over here. When it's okay for them to be over here. And I want them to know that it's okay if you're not that. It's okay. It's enough room for all of us to exist in this world. And it has to be all of those differences to keep a balance of power.
Right.
But now that music has evolved to where it is, we don't have a lot of this over here. You got your Rhapsody and a few others, but it's so diluted as opposed to how concentrated it is over here with all of the WAPs and the, you know, and it's nothing against it. It's
nothing wrong with that. Right.
It's a time and place for that. I can't be like that, and I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go in this boardroom and make everybody pay attention to what I gotta say.
Right.
But at 9 o'clock, when I get ready to go to happy hour, okay, I can do that.
Listen to that, right?
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we need to really understand that there has to be a balance of power, especially with the social shift that we're going through right now. We really got to have a variety because we're being typecast into one demographic. That's why we get killed by the fucking police.
Yeah. And I think it's important for people to understand that women are not monolithic, right? Women are, and a lot of us, especially in an industry that's dominated by men, in a society that's dominated by men all the time see, okay, well, women should behave like this. Women should be like this. This is how a woman should look. This is how a woman should act. But I think, you know, everyone is different, right? And just looking at the scope of music, looking at the scope of where we are musically, like it's okay to be who you are and still cater to a certain fan base, right? Because your fans are going to love you for who you are, right?
Everybody needs it. We all need music.
Yeah,
we all need it. No matter where you are in life, you're gonna need it because it feeds the soul.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I have no problem with Cardi and Megan's record or Cardi and Megan doing WAP. But again, like I said,
there's a lane for that.
There's a lane,
exactly.
Right? And there's a time for that. If that's what you're into, if that cool, like I have no problem. But I also, again, I'm a fan of Rhapsody. Like that's my favorite artist right now. Like over the last 5 years, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's important for people in society to understand and to recognize that Black women are dope, man, and Black women have so many strengths and talents, and it hurts us when we are trying to limit them in what they can and what they are able to do, right? Because that's what queen shit look like. It looks like being able to do what you want to do in your lane and to excel and to be great at it without having to worry about what anybody else got to say. As long as you're
doing like this. For me, I am smart as fuck, graduated cum laude. All that shit is great. That's that book smart shit. Being able to survive in the industry that I survive in, that's that street smart shit.
Right.
I'm also very fucking beautiful when I give a fuck about
you are
this shit, you know.
You are.
So me knowing that I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, but I'm still smart. Why do I gotta look like a fucking bookworm? Why I can't look like I might feel like a bookworm, and that's how I want to look today. But tomorrow, I might want to be Sex in the City.
Right.
I should be able to maneuver in all of those emotions that I'm feeling because I embody all of those characteristics. And it's just fucked up that we make people feel like, well, if you're a lawyer, you got to be like this and you can't do nothing else. Or if you are a doctor, you can't do this. No, it's some fine ass women that's doctors and nurses out here that when you see them in the club, you'll be like, dang, right.
Yeah.
Next morning, you like, so what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an MD at such. What?
Yeah.
Yes, we have the ability to maneuver like that. Allow us that. Don't judge a motherfucker just because, oh, you look like that. You obvious.
Yes, I look like a crackhead during the week. I be looking like
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
On this show, I look like a straight, like I'm hitting that pipe.
Sis, you see me right now. I'm looking rough, sis.
But that's how I look. But that I'm
a rich girl.
Take me how I am as a crackhead when I look like a crackhead. I have different. I can look like this on Thursday and look like a crackhead tomorrow, Friday morning.
Well, you actually look like a crackhead tonight, but I don't want to burst your bubble or anything. But that's just, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you actually like a crackhead tonight.
I'm crackhead a little bit.
Don't worry. I got your back.
Thank you, boo.
Well, you're actually going to replace her, so I don't know how this I got your back thing goes.
Well, if I replace her, it's gonna be fun. My special guest is Rich Girl.
Oh man, no. She'll be banned. She'll be banned. We'll get her out of here. She'll be banned. No. No. She won't be able to come back. So tell people. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. So normally we do this at the end of the show, but since I got you on the show right now, we're gonna do this segment. I want to do a segment with you called "What Would You Do?" So y'all, we'll do this now instead of doing it at the end. So not what would you do? I'm sorry. I've been drinking. Y'all. So I'm this twist off wine got my mind off of just a little bit. Like, so we're gonna do something called One Gotta Go. That's actually what we're gonna do. We're gonna do One Gotta Go. So I'm gonna give you 4 things, and you all have to tell me which one gotta go. Is everyone ready? As soon as my computer's bugging. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. That's Spanish, in case y'all didn't know.
One gotta go.
Let's see. One gotta go.
I want to come get a tattoo. I want my whole thighs and butt done.
Jeez,
Guess what I'm doing right now? I am literally doing a thigh tattoo that's a collage of lotus flowers, and it is so fucking pretty. Yes.
So can I put my tattoo on layaway or how?
Come on now, sis. Don't worry. Look, we gonna put it on their tab since they coming for you.
Right? Can y'all cash out her a couple of dollars? I get the tattoo done.
A couple, and we're gonna leave it at a couple.
You write my name on there. I'm gonna pay for it.
I gotta say, don't be trying to give her no little 5-minute tattoo either.
Yo, give me some initials.
All right, is everyone ready for One Gotta Go?
Yes.
This is what you have to choose from these 4 things: soul food, seafood, liquor, and desserts. Homemade desserts at that.
Desserts.
Well, Green, I haven't even gotten to you yet, but we'll start with you.
It's too easy for me.
Desserts.
This must be on a diet right now.
Right. This means no homemade.
Too much.
This means no homemade pies, no homemade cakes, no sweet potato pies.
Dessert gotta go.
Seafood would never go.
I let go of the liquor.
You let the liquor go?
I let the liquor go.
I'm with you.
That's the most positive thing to let go, but I ain't letting the liquor go either.
I let the liquor go because the soul food I need and seafood, I'm pescatarian, so I need that.
Right.
And them sweets, that's that midnight snack. Like that's
right.
As long as I can have weed, I can let the liquor go.
And that's where I'm at, sis. That's where I'm at. Since that ain't up there, I'm good.
Right. So that was easy.
I'm with Dutchess. I'm gonna let the
maybe once I retire, I can give it the liquor. But as long as I'm still working, the liquor, I can't.
I'm gonna let the liquor go. I mean, because I got a mean sweet tooth, Jack. Like that sweet tooth in the middle of the night at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Sweet tooth at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
everything. That liquor gotta go, man.
Crab leg at 2 o'clock over some sweets.
You'll take a crab leg at 2 in the morning.
Over sweets?
No, sir. No, sir.
Over a red velvet piece of cake.
No, yes. over a sweet potato pie?
Yeah, I'll take a crab over that.
Or some jumbo scallops. Oh, yeah.
At midnight?
Is not going anywhere. Like, that's not.
Well, I can't. I never had seafood at midnight. Like, that's kind of.
I have.
I might be having it tonight.
What were you doing before you had the seafood at midnight?
Green, yeah. What were you doing?
Doing all day.
Either coming home from the club or you
were screwing. You were screwing.
No, I'm saying I've come home from a party and cooked scallops before. Seafood cooks fast too.
No, what made you hungry? Was it because you were doing something that made
I didn't want to stop at IHOP? You know,
and you just came home and cooked seafood.
I mean, I've also done it after that sex several times too. I'm just saying.
Are you saying the girl you brought home was seafood? She was fish. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? You brought home a fish?
I've never seen crab legs that late. No, but scallops I have cooked late at night. Yeah, they cook fast.
Who the hell cooks scallops at 1 o'clock in the morning after they leave the club?
Me,
Negro.
Yeah, y'all
man. Okay, all right. Well, Dutchess, thank you for joining us, man. We definitely appreciate you. I'm going to send me a DM me so I can send you your shirt. I'm gonna send you a Black Love shirt.
Y'all please go download my new single, Dutchology.
Download the single.
Play it too.
I am taking a risk, stepping out and speaking for women that think and look like me, y'all. Don't let me die. Like, this is the type of shit that we need to fucking have. If we don't have a fucking balance, our little girls is gonna be out here fucked up in 10 to 15 years, and that's just keeping it 100. So let me ask this: how can we support? That's my question. I'm a supporter of Black businesses. How can we support Dutchess? Download, stream. I do women's empowerment events. We just did a girls' weekend virtually on Zoom. We had over 70 girls from the ages of 6 years old to 17 years old. We had a yoga workshop, financial literacy workshop. Like, I'm not just speaking about this shit in my music. I'm really living this shit. So any way that y'all can, get some young girls that want to participate, want to be a part of it. We're doing another one for adult women that want to like escape battered relationships, having confidence issues, just trying to find their way. Like, I'm really just trying to help build a better me in the process of helping other women build a better them.
That's dope. That's dope.
That is.
So I'll say this. So my wife and I, we do this event called Black Love Brunch, and we've been looking at bringing it down to Charlotte. So when we come down to Charlotte, we would love to have you as someone who comes and just supports and is a part of the event. So once outside opens back up, I'm going to commit to us doing a Black Love Brunch in Charlotte at a really, really dope spot that I have in mind. And we're definitely going to bring Dutchess on, and we'll work out all the details on how we can bring you on.
So I want to give you some advice too. If you decide to do it in Atlanta, I'll definitely help with that. But it's a Black-owned breakfast spot that just opened up in Atlanta called Breakfast
I heard about
Barney's. Mm-hmm. Y'all, it's one of the most amazing Black-owned restaurants I ever freaking been to. And they only do breakfast. So it's not one of those spots. But it is so dope. So if you ever think about doing it there, that would be the dope location for you too.
Dope. All right. So as soon as outside open back up, we're gonna put that thing together. We'll do Black Love Brunch in Charlotte. We'll do Black Love Brunch in Atlanta, and I'm gonna send Dutchess her shirt. So if y'all want to order a shirt, be sure to hit me on the gram at Showtime says, hit at Talk of the Town Unfiltered. But make sure, Dutchess, tell them how they can follow you, tell them how they can get at you, tell them how they can find you and follow you on all social media platforms.
Y'all can find me on all social media platforms at Dutchess of Ink. You can find my tattoo shop is Pretty in Ink 704. My production company is Ambitious Daydreams. It's on social media platforms as well. Anything that I can do to help y'all in any capacity, y'all consider me family. Just hit me up, and I'm there. And I really appreciate y'all for giving me this time and the opportunity to do an interview. And the only thing that I will say, this is what I used to say at the end of all of my radio shows: do something nice for an absolute stranger tomorrow. Before tomorrow ends, do something nice for an absolute stranger, somebody that you are guaranteed to never see again in life. And before you go to sleep tonight, I want everybody to do one thing that reflects self-love for themselves, whatever that means. Whether it's praying, reading a book, I don't care what it is. Just make sure you do something that celebrates the love that you have for yourself. And that's it.
Well, does masturbation count?
Yes, it does, sis. Yes, it does.
Just wondering.
Yes, it does.
Bingo to the bango. Well, I don't think there's anything else more to say. Like I had a joke that I was gonna come with, but I'm just gonna hold it because I don't think I can top that one. So
I was about to say, nobody can top that one. Okay.
That's it. Okay, Rich Girl, you're not being replaced. That you saved yourself. You brought yourself another week. That saved you right there.
You was whatever tonight.
Tonight was her last night. She was already out of here. Like this.
She's safe. No, she's safe now.
She's safe.
I thought you give her 2 weeks.
No. This was it. She was done after the night. Dutchess was taking her place. But that, okay. All right. Okay, cool.
Shout out to Rich Girl for making food.
Dutchess, we appreciate you. Make sure y'all follow her at Dutchess of Ink. Download, stream her music, and we appreciate you chopping it up with us.
Anytime, y'all. Anytime.
Doing your thing, girl.
Much success to you.
I might have to call y'all to be on my podcast, so don't be trying to ignore me when I reach out.
Let us know. We out here.
Rich Girl, we gonna have us a good old ladies night.
Yes, I'm down.
Oh, really? Huh?
I mean, it's ladies night, y'all.
How you gonna do that? Like how you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? Don't get confused now. I'll get you out of here too now. Don't get it confused. I'll get you out of here quick now. No. We already talked about Joe Button getting canceled. Like, don't be the next victim now. We get you out of here quick. Right? But nah, for real,
it's hard out here for them. I'm telling you.
It's rough. It's rough out here. But we definitely appreciate you chopping it up with us. We appreciate you checking in. And we will definitely be in touch. And don't forget, send me your information through DM or just let me know how I can get the shirt to you.
Absolutely,
so you can rock this Black Love joint. Dutchess, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mama.
Look,
Peace.
y'all got a personal tattoo artist now, so don't be going around here getting.
Facts.
I'm coming to get my butt and my thighs done. I'm for real. I'm coming to get
I'm doing it.
Well, you've already got your butt
have
done,
a
Richard.
female do it than a guy do it. Like I would feel more comfortable.
Y'all hear that queen shit?
Queen shit. We love it. We love it. I love to hear it. All right, Mama. We appreciate you checking in. We'll holler at you, okay?
All right, y'all have a good day.